2, 1.
Good evening. I'm Ebony J.J. Curry, senior reporter for Michigan Chronicle.
And I'm Jeremy Allen, the executive editor of the Michigan Chronicle.
And we want to say welcome to the NAACP Detroit Branch Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner 70th anniversary. So excited to be here at Huntington Place.
Absolutely. This is the longest running sit-down dinner for any NAACP branch in the country, 70th annual. We've got an amazing show.
We have an amazing show, an amazing lineup, and also, fun fact, I believe this is the largest sit-down dinner in the country. Yeah, in the country. And right here in our city, Detroit, tonight we're going to be honoring Governor Westmore, Roland Martin. The list goes on and on.
Reverend Jeremiah Wright is going to be in the building tonight. Yeah. Historic times we're in right now, and this dinner really represents the importance of the NAACP. You know, so many people fail to recognize the work that the NAACP still does.
Oh yeah.
But they're out here. They're impacting in the boardroom and the legislative branch, on the street corners. The NAACP is fighting in order to preserve, the rights and the fundamental values that we've been fighting for decades. But it's great to be here tonight at the Fight for Freedom Fund dinner.
Absolutely. And I mean, shout out to all of the NAACP branches, but special shout out to Reverend Wendell Anthony, president of the Detroit branch, and Ms. Camelia Landrum. We appreciate you guys for continuously pushing forward that button of excellence. And one of the excellent points is just last year, for the very first time in history, a sitting president actually came down to the NAACP dinner, to any NAACP dinner.
Absolutely. So we've had presidents before, but last year we had President Joe Biden in the house to deliver the keynote. It was an amazing event, and although we don't have a sitting president again this year, we're locked in for another really amazing event. And this red carpet is all about bringing you special guests that you might not otherwise have the opportunity to speak to. And we're going to be pulling some folks in here tonight to chat, and it's a large crowd. We got over 20,000 people here in the building tonight. And we're excited to bring you our first guest.
I am so excited. I mean, the red carpet is buzzing. It looks so good. Oh, and it looks like we have Councilman right here with us. Come on over. Well, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm here with Michigan Chronicle. In case you know better than this,
Mr.
NAACP Freedom Fund dinner. Come on now. Only thing that's missing is y'all.
How you feeling tonight?
I feel good. I feel really good. I feel that in a time where you have Black history that's being under assault, where you have DEI and affirmative action and civil rights reforms that are continuously being rolled back, the NAACP and the Michigan Chronicle has more importance and significance than ever before. And so as hard as the times are, it's darkest before the light shines brightest.
Oh, absolutely. And being the son of the beloved Coleman A. Young, our late mayor, tell me, how important is it today to be here representing as councilman yourself and as a son of such a legend?
Well, my father understood that power is only important as an instrument to serve the powerless with. And I know that my father was the type of man that be willing to get the shirt off his back for those that didn't have to have. And so for me to be here at the NAACP, for all the things that he fought for towards the Black empowerment and Black uplift and self-righteousness and self-determination, for us to be here to carry that legacy forward for the next generation, I'm humbled, I'm inspired by it. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes I'm awestruck by it. Other times I'm just humbled and thankful to be a part of it. But I can feel his warm love and embrace looking down upon us and hugging us tonight.
We've got Governor Westmore in the building tonight. Only the third Black governor in the history of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking forward to hearing from him tonight?
But I'm going to be so inspired by what he represents and what he has done for Black people. Like you say, it's the third one, so it's like one thing you're excited about it, but another thing is like, why is it taking it so long for us to have a third Black governor?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, progress is a process. But I expect inspiration, I expect uplift, I expect for him to tell us about where we come from and where we look forward to going to.
Yeah.
I expect him to speak about what they're trying to do to Black history and how important Black history is to this city and to this nation, because this nation was built upon Black labor. And so I think that's really what he's going to talk about. He's going to wrap it all up. And I think he really understands that he is a symbolism of Black excellence. And that if he can do it, we can do it.
Oh, I love that. And last but not least, when it comes to the 70th anniversary of this NAACP Freedom Fund dinner, tell me, what are you looking forward to the most for the night overall?
Well, look, what I'm looking for the most overall is for us to really be a part and to appreciate this, but for us to understand that freedom isn't free. And that there was a price that was paid by our ancestors who shed blood, sweat, tears, toil, and gave the ultimate sacrifice of their lives for us to have the rights that we have and for us to have the fight economically that we have. And so I think what we need to understand is we need to put upon the next generation that as great as it is that we have these rights, if you forget where you came from, you have no idea where you're going. And so we have to stand up and we have to be ready to fight, because the price of liberty is eternal vigilance.
Freedom isn't free.
Yes, it is. No, it's not.
Free.
No, it's not.
Well, thank you for your time, Councilmember Coleman A. Young. Love you. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you to the Michigan Chronicle for just being the trailblazer, the icon, the standard bearer for Black journalism. That's really been under assault.
We appreciate that.
So I thank y'all. I love you for all that you do.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
Take care now.
Well, there you have it. I mean, we have big hitters like that coming for us all night, right?
Absolutely. We've got our next guest on the way here in just a moment. Our next guest is actually running for the 13th district for the state of Michigan, trying to represent us in the House.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Adam Oliak.
Oh, Mr. Adam Oliak. Good to see you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Did you guys
grab
hear
you for
that?
a minute here with the Michigan Chronicle. We were just talking about you and how you're currently running for the seat in the 13th district for the House of Representatives for the state of Michigan. Yeah. How's the run going so far?
I think it's going well. You know, it's only two ways to run: unopposed or in last place. And so I'm working my tail off all day, every day.
I love that. And as you know, this is the 70th anniversary of NAACP Freedom Fund dinner. With all that's going on in our world right now, in our country, how important is it for you to be here representing the 13th district and all else, especially as a Black man?
Well, let me say, I have been doing this since I was a little kid. So when you see those high school ushers, that's what I used to do in high school. I am a lifetime member of the NAACP. And when we talk about these moments, it's not about the legacy of the 70 years. It's about the work that we continue to do. And the people who brought us up and made sure that we were doing this work, Hester Wheeler, who used to be the executive director, is the reason I went to college, right? Like, when we talk about these 70 years, we are talking about a bunch of people who every day made decisions to advance Black folks' lives. And that's what this is about. That's what this moment is about. And when you see this dinner, it's like homecoming, right? It is that moment where you see people you haven't seen, where you talk about the work that needs to be done. And I'm excited to be here.
Love it.
You know, you hear chatter talking about the NAACP isn't as relevant now as it was maybe 50 years ago. Tell people why you think that's not the truth of the matter.
People always talk about how somebody who has done something is no longer as important because we are still taking advantage of the things that they do. What we see day in and day out, especially under this administration, is that just because we have a right today does not mean we are going to have that right tomorrow. And groups like the NAACP continue to make sure that the things that they fought for and won still exist, because there are a lot of groups that are under a lot more fire than Black folks, and that is because of groups like the NAACP that continue to hold the line and make sure that the things that matter most in our community are not the first things on the chopping block. So when people say, well, maybe they're not as relevant or whatever, that is because they are comfortable. That is because we are comfortable, because we know that somebody is making sure we're good, right? Like, I have little kids, you know, they talk a lot about how when your kids can be a little wild, it's because they know their parents have given them a little leeway, right? Like, they're comfortable, they say.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's what the NAACP has been for us. It has been a safety blanket. It has been a space and a group that takes care of us.
I love that. As you know, Governor Westmore is here tonight.
My frat brother.
Oh, now tell me, how excited are you about that tonight? And what are you looking forward to hearing the most?
Well, I'm
always excited to see an alpha on the stage. He's also an Army vet, a paratrooper. So me and the governor have a lot in common. So I'm always very excited to see somebody who has done something that very few people have done. He stood up and said, hey, send me, and continues to do so. And the work that they're doing in Maryland has been phenomenal. I think it is the kind of state that we should be looking more towards. And him as a governor are doing the kind of things that we want to see, right? Like in this moment where we are looking for leaders and folks who are stepping up, I don't think we have to be saying, well, is this next person going to be the face of the Democratic Party? I think it's folks like Governor Moore who have been doing this work, have a record and a track record of taking care of our folks and other folks.
Love that. I love that.
Mr. Adam Oye, we thank you for stopping by and taking time with the Michigan Chronicle, man.
I appreciate y'all just
always appreciate you very much.
Have an amazing evening.
Hey.
You know, I'm gonna get on air with you guys. Hey, I'm an alpha too, so therefore we love the alpha.
We do.
All righty.
So much going on here at the 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner with the NAACP.
Absolutely. I'm so excited that we got to see two amazing, phenomenal pillars in our community already. As you can see all night, that's what's just going to continue to keep going. And I'm excited to see what else we have coming up next.
Absolutely. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take just a quick break, but we're going to be joined right back here on the red carpet with so many other folks. And stay tuned to the Michigan Chronicle and the NAACP 70th Annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner.
We'll be right back. And we are back. So happy to be back with yet another guest.
We're here with Mr. Greg Dunmore, a media icon in the city of Detroit. And, Ebony and I are currently representing the Michigan Chronicle, but you've got a little bit of Chronicle background in your history, too.
Yeah, I grew up with the Chronicle. My father, Al Dunmore, is in the National Association of Black Journalists as well as in the Michigan Hall of Fame for Journalism because of the work that he did with what newspaper? The greatest black newspaper on the planet, the Michigan Chronicle. And I'm honored to say that I knew John Sinstack, who was the founder of the Pittsburgh Courier, the Chicago Defender, and of course the Michigan Chronicle. So to be at the NAACP, it is not only history because of the Chronicle's connection to the journey of this struggle that is still ongoing, it becomes spiritual. So do know, my dad in heaven above, John Sinstack in heaven above, Sam Logan in heaven above, Longworth Quinn. These are all Michigan Chronicle names for anybody that's watching it from heaven above. They're blessing this. And I see the spirit in both you and you. They know now the Michigan Chronicle is in good hands distinctively as we celebrate the aims and objectives of the National Association of Colored People.
We've got another Real Times media journalist who's being honored tonight, Mr. Roland Martin.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on, the lineup of guests who are in front of us this evening?
Well, I've known Roland for a very long time, and of course he headed at one time the Chicago Defender, but I know him as an alpha. But the other alpha is Governor Wes Moore. He is the most impressive politician, public servant, an icon that if there is to be a president that will become legendary, it will be him. So it is my prediction that Governor Moore of the great state of that other M state, Maryland, is going to be a political force. You mark my word that you've heard it first on this Michigan Chronicle podcast, that Governor Moore shall be the president of these United States, and history will read the two greatest presidents, Barack Obama and President soon-to-be Wes Moore.
That's a tall call.
That's the scoop. That's the scoop, too. That's the scoop. And when you play this back, you can say you heard it first on what outstanding media outlet that has no equal, the Michigan Chronicle.
No, absolutely. Being that this is the 70th anniversary and all that's going on in our country right now, tell me, how important is it for us to gather tonight and celebrate the 70th Fight for Freedom Fund dinner?
Well, you know what? It's important because the struggle still continues. And President Donald Trump is an example of, well, Harriet Tubman, who's also, I don't know if she's smiling from heaven above, but she knows the importance of this movement. And someone told me that you never argue with anyone that Harriet Tubman would have shot. Now, read between the lines now. And so the struggle still continues. And so the energy in this room that comes out of Detroit, because see, when we get it right in Detroit, nobody does it better than we do. So this 7 is a lucky number, right? So I am optimistic that this year is still going to be a year where, regardless of all the insanity that's happening in Washington, that Detroit is still going to be a leader and a movement that is ongoing. Because when we direct it in the right way, we have an energy that is unparalleled on this planet. We, as the ancestors of people who were enslaved, that understand the importance of God blesses the child that's got his and her own.
I love that. Thank you so much, Mr. Greg. I hope you have an amazing evening, and I hope you enjoy some good food tonight.
I will, and I'm enjoying just being in the spirit of these young people that are making sure that the Chronicle is still shining extremely bright.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Gilmore. Take care.
Right. I'm going to give you a hug. The international language is music and a hug.
Amen. you
Thank
take
you.
care.
Thank you. All right.
Definitely an exciting night here at the 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner with the NAACP. There's a lot of people in the building already.
Oh yeah, it's coming. They're coming in and they're looking good. And we already have another guest. I mean, he's doing his thing for the Department of Neighborhoods right here in the city of Detroit, Mr. Joshua. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What's up, bro?
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Looking
You
fly,
are
man.
welcome.
I'm feeling the burgundy. I like it.
Oh yeah, he is also Michigan Chronicle's Man of Excellence, class of 2024, right?
Yep, 40 under 40.
Oh, I'm sorry, 40 under 40,
Yep.
Men of Excellence soon to come.
Oh, okay. I received it.
Talk to us about some of the work that you're doing here in the city of Detroit to keep pushing the city forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So I serve currently as the Deputy Director for the Department of Neighborhoods, where we service over 600 block clubs and neighborhood associations in the 208 neighborhoods that exist in the city of Detroit, all 7 council districts. And so we're constantly serving as the liaison between people, the residents, and the city departments, or the residents and the mayor's office. So if any quality of life issues come up, they call us so that we can make things happen for them.
I love that. Being that you're a Black man yourself from the city of Detroit, and being able to be leading such a high cause of pushing the neighborhoods forward, especially during this time right now. Tell me, how important is it for you to have this lead role?
It's extremely important. People that look like us being in position to make decisions, make things move for people is extremely important. Representation is important. I think that's what the NAACP is all about, being able to represent our people in spaces and places of authority to make decisions and make moves that affect our people in a very practical and pragmatic way.
How does your work include the NAACP, and how have they been able to kind of foster and amplify the things that you guys do on a day-to-day basis?
Absolutely. The NAACP has been a big part. Previously, before this role, I served as the District 5 manager, and the headquarters is in District 5. And so they have done a lot. I mean, I'm not talking about just some block club parties. I'm talking about actually investing in our people, creating space and place for people to meet, for people to congregate, for people to actually strategize about having political power in this season. This city is going through a transition. The state is going through a transition. Our country is going through a transition. And so the NAACP has been a stalwart to sit there and not just sit on their hands, but actually do the work.
And I love that. Speaking of work, as you know, it's the 70th anniversary for the Fight for Freedom Fund dinner. Tell me, how important is it for you to be here tonight, and what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the keynote speaker, Governor Wes Moore. I'm also looking forward to honoring some of our legacy Detroiters, our legacy community advocates. I'm really big on that. And so I believe in celebration. If somebody has dedicated their life to service, we should serve them and celebrate them. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I love that.
We love the continued celebration and success. Yeah. We just had our Men of Excellence last night. And,
great show.
Again, you guys are you're part of that 40 under 40. So we know you'll be soon inducted into the Men of Excellence class yourself, man.
I can't wait. It's all about doing the work and continuing it. I really appreciate Michigan Chronicle for taking the time out to honor our people. I think honor this culture that we in. It should be an honor culture of really representing the people that have done the work, that are laying the foundation. And so I appreciate you all. You all don't discriminate. You honor high schoolers and you honor people who are seniors. So it is amazing what Michigan Chronicle has done over the years, and also in partnership with the NAACP. This is how it's supposed to be. Black excellence all day.
We appreciate the continued work because it is honorable work, and so it gives us cause to honor honorable work.
Absolutely. You exude Black excellence.
Thank you.
I'll be having an amazing night and enjoy the food and all other good stuff.
Absolutely. I thank you guys.
Absolutely. You too. Take care.
Take care.
Well, there you have it. We are super excited to be here tonight, and all of the guests are amazing. I mean, the city of Detroit is out here and truly representing Black excellence.
And we're not going to stop bringing the guests.
Oh, yeah.
We got another guest lined up.
Oh, really?
We got another guest lined up.
Yeah, we told y'all they're going to keep on coming. Come on over, beautiful. How are you?
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I am great. You're pretty and you're pink.
Thank you so much for interviewing me.
Absolutely.
I am Denise Langford Morris, retired judge of the Oakland County Circuit Court, where I was the first Black person ever elected countywide in Oakland County, first woman dean, and I served there for 30 years. Now I'm a private judge, but I've been coming to this event for as long as I can remember. And thank you so much for being here and covering this. I love my Michigan Chronicle.
We love you. I actually did a story on Miss Denise as well. We uplift you, and we're so excited to have representation within, the law field and all of those things. Tell me, how does it feel for you to be here now that it's the 70th year of the Fight for Freedom Fund dinner?
Well, I'm a life member of the NAACP Pontiac in Oakland County. And as a child, my mother brought me to so many NAACP events. She taught me and took me to march with Dr. King when I was 9 years old when he came to Detroit. She took me to NOW organization meetings. She was a colonel in the March of Dimes.
Wow.
My mother was involved with Irma Henderson, her Conference of Concerned Women. And she was a Boy Scout leader and worked at the polls and had me working at the polls from an itty bitty young person.
Wow.
So my mother taught me the meaning of the importance of the NAACP. And we need it today more than ever.
I was just going to ask you that. Why is it so vital that the NAACP's legacy is preserved now, after so much has been already done?
Well, obviously, we know, those of us that are here tonight know that Black people and minorities are under attack. We know that we have to do everything in our power to keep from going back decades. And it's already happened in the first few months of this administration. We've gone backwards. So we're here to stop that. This is the fight, and we are here to keep fighting.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. And as you know, Governor Westmore, he's here tonight. He is the third African-American governor in the history of the United States. What are you looking forward to the most tonight?
I know Governor Westmore well because my sister just moved back home to Detroit, where she lived in Pikesville, Maryland, just outside of Baltimore, for the last 12 years.
Wow.
And she talks about him all the time. And he is phenomenal. And I hope that one day, just like Barack Obama was here and spoke, I hope that one day he will be a president of this United States of America.
That's the second time we've heard that prediction this evening.
Yes.
I mean, if it was a lottery, we'll play it.
Absolutely.
Well, we know you are highly celebrated and you are highly respected.
God bless
and we so appreciate you for stopping by and chatting with us.
Thank you. It's been my honor. It's all my honor. Thank you. I love to see the young people.
Yes.
The young people are working hard. We need you.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Judge
thank you.
Unique.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate
All right.
you.
God bless you all.
God bless you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, she's so beautiful. We'll be back in 60 seconds. So be sure to tune in. We have much more guests. So countdown, we'll be right back. And we are back with some amazingly handsome and beautiful guests tonight. I'm so excited to see you all. Tell me, who are you?
My name is Diallo Smith. I am the president and CEO of Life Remodel. We're a Detroit-based nonprofit focused on neighborhood revitalization.
Yeah.
But that's not really the star. She's the star.
Of course.
I'm Dr. Jamil Smith. I'm a community member. I work for Henry Ford Health. And I work with young people, providing psychotherapy services and leading a great team of therapists.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys know, it's the 70th annual Freedom Fun Dinner. Tell me, how does it feel to be here tonight, and how important is it to you?
Obviously, it's critically important considering the time period that we're in. I think there are some instrumental assaults on different communities, the African American community being one of them. So to have a chance to come together, to hear from our leaders, to support one another, to encourage one another, and to cast a vision for the future, I think that that's critically important. Whether it's the 70th, the 75th, the 80th, the 7th, is all important.
And Dr. Smith, I know health equity is one thing that the NAACP continues to fight for. And your line of work, how important is it to have an advocate like the NAACP to continuously fight for health equity?
Well, I work with young people who need access, and we need to have the kinds of systems in place where young people who are struggling can get the kind of support that they need. So the NAACP has and continues to be critical to serving the young people in the community that I see every day.
And Diallo, I know a lot of your work overlaps with the work that the NAACP does, just in ensuring that underserved communities have access and the resources that they need. Talk about how, maybe you guys have worked together on anything to further the mission of each organization.
Yeah, I mean, so the NAACP is obviously an historic fixture in the African American community. We work side by side to provide access because non-negotiably we believe that Detroiters have all the talent that they need, but many don't have access to the opportunities that they deserve to thrive. And so whether that be in the areas of workforce development and job training with economic self-sufficiency, more access to health and wellness, which my wife talked about here, or more access to educational youth programming, when we can create those opportunities and remove those barriers, not only does it make for a better Detroit, it makes for a better Detroit region, a better state, and a better nation.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that sounds so good, doesn't it?
Movie about that,
All right?
Almost as good as they look together.
Right? But when it comes to, the attack on DEI and nonprofits and organizations right here in the city of Detroit that you both lead, tell me, how does it feel to really lead these kind of organizations and nonprofits, especially in the times that we're facing today?
It's an honor, but it's also a responsibility. We're both Detroit kids at heart. We grew up in the neighborhoods, and so we understand some of the challenges that exist. And I think that, it's a challenge, but it's also a clarion call. I mean, it's a moment for us to really reflect and say, what are the most important, critical things that, as a community, that we need to focus on? How can we support one another? And that's not to say that the government should not be a part of our progress. But in times when they're not, we have to look at each other and look at our leadership and look at how we can help support one another, encourage one another, uplift one another, learn from one another, and put down the violence in our communities, because the last thing we can afford is to fight with one another.
Well, we really appreciate you two stopping by. We hear the background music that is kind of telling everybody to get to their seats.
It's a rally
call. So we appreciate you both for stopping through, and hope you enjoy the festivities of the evening.
We're looking forward to it. Absolutely. You guys take care and have an amazing time, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Oh, yeah. That was a power couple. Talk about it. Hence the Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Two great leaders in the community working side by side to do some amazing things here in the city of Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Super excited. We have another guest right with us. We have Mr. Bruce, who is going to be doing a HBCU film festival coming
Not
up
Mr.
soon.
Bruce yet.
Okay, not just yet. I was excited. Who's coming up next?
Fire Chief, Mr. James Harris. I want to welcome you
There
right
he
up
is.
here with the Michigan Chronicle.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, man.
Hi, how are you? Deputy JJ Curry, good to see you.
Man, you are, your face is everywhere, man. You were just honored for the Michigan Chronicle as a man of excellence.
Absolutely.
We see you around town rocking the bucks, putting fires out.
Yes.
And now you're running for a higher office in the city of Detroit. Talk a little bit about that.
That's correct. I've been wanting to do this since the 5th grade. The city council came to my school when I was at Cordis Elementary School, a DPSCD school, and they spoke to us and they made us feel like we could vote then in the 5th grade. And ever since then, I said, you know what? I'll be able to serve the citizens in that capacity one day. So now's the time.
Oh, I love that. And you know, as a Black male who grew up in the city of Detroit, tell me, how important is it to be here tonight at the 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner, especially with everything that's going on in our country and the transitions in our community as well?
We stand on the shoulders of greats, people that sacrificed for us to get here, people that sacrificed so we'd have the right to vote, to have a job, so I could be a chief, so our kids and our loved ones could do what they're doing and go to school without any worries. So we owe it to the next generation coming behind us to be here and keep working and keep raising funds and keep recognizing that there's still a fight to go on.
Why is the NAACP so important in 2025?
Nothing's changed. You see back to the days of Thurgood Marshall and all the great legends back then. Nothing's changed. We still got to keep fighting that good fight, because if you lay down, you get rolled over. So we got to keep excelling at any level, always achieving. It's important for us to be here, all come together. And like I said, we're here to raise funds for the best cause in the world, us.
I love that. And if you go ahead and give any advice to young males who look like you, what would it be?
Never give up. It's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You always use your resources. You always keep fighting. You always try to be 3 times better than the next person.
I love that. Well, I hope you enjoy an amazing evening tonight, Chief.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
And I'm so happy to be here with the Michigan Chronicle. Like I said, I grew up, that was the first thing I learned how to read other than school books when I was a kid. So it's an honor to be honored by the men of excellence and the Michigan Chronicle. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, Chief.
You take care. All right. Well, yes, he is another amazing pillar in our community, representing a Michigan Chronicle man of excellence.
We've seen a lot of men of excellence and 40 under 40 and women of excellence come through here this evening. It's great when you have Black Detroit and beyond really come to celebrate excellence and honor one another in the ways that we are here. You know, we have mayoral candidate Mr. Tom Perkins passing us by right here in the background. How are you? How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Perkins. How you doing?
Looking great as usual, Mr. Perkins.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to bring our other guest, Mr. Bruce, come on up. There's a lot of people coming on through, so we got to squeeze him on.
Lots going on right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, hello. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I am fine. Tell us, introduce yourself to the people.
Bruce Clifton. I'm the executive director of Autumn Sun, that focuses on education and arts for youth and 18 to 30 across the country. You know, just happy to be here celebrating Black history and, you know, the path forward. So I'm really excited to be here today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I know you have a project that's coming up that really represents the city of Detroit and African American youth. Tell me a little bit about that.
So our premier program is called the HBCU Film Invitational, which, as you can assume, is a film festival for HBCU students. But more importantly for us, it's a way to showcase to Detroit youth the opportunities they can find going to an HBCU, not only in arts, but in STEM across the board. So trying to figure out ways to create those post-secondary educational pipelines to figure out how to bridge the gap. And, you know, figure out how to create a workforce in the city that continue to contribute to the city and continue to grow.
And the arts really are a focus of the NAACP and, you know, alternative learning and alternative outlets for youth.
Absolutely.
Talk about how your mission aligns with the mission of the NAACP.
Well, I never want to step on anybody's toes, but I think for us, it's really just about art has always driven that narrative when it comes to history. When we talk about reliving things, when we talk about how we use film, music, things like that, we kind of talk about our history. I think it's important to help people connect to that. And more importantly, we are the historians of the community.
Absolutely.
And protecting that at all costs, particularly during these perilous times, has never been more imperative. So I'm glad to have actually have the NAACP Detroit branch be a partner of this year's event with us and help us move this forward. And just trying to figure out a way just to make sure Detroit stays at the front lines of civil rights in this country. And make sure we just continue to build those bridges for Black kids, but Black people in general, and just, you know, make Detroit the safe haven that's always been for me, that can be for everybody else.
And it's definitely events like the 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner that continue to keep the NAACP at the forefront of the movement and of the mission.
Can I invite somebody in here real quick who wants to talk about this as well? Mr. Lester Booker from Citizens Bank. Lester. They've been doing a lot of great work in the city.
How are you?
Well, hello, Mr. Lester.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Another good friend of the Michigan Chronicle and Real Times Media. You know, as we're just talking about the mission of the NAACP, we know you are a community advocate. You've been around in so many different capacities, whether through General Motors or other corporate entities. Talk a little bit about why the work that you do is so vital and how it's aligned with the NAACP's mission as well.
Sure. I think, again, the environment that we live in right now, it's important that, again, this work doesn't die, right? It's important that the vision lives on from all of our ancestors and the great foundation that's been set. So I, hold myself accountable to continue the mission and continue to impact and be in the spaces where there's not a lot of us, right? And we carry the torch and make sure that, again, the light is postponed for the other people that are coming behind us.
And you're no stranger to celebrating Black excellence. You were just emceeing the National Newspaper Publisher Awards, where they were recognizing more than 200 Black newspapers all across the country. So you're just occupying all type of spaces in Black rooms.
Yeah. No, it's an honor. I serve on the board, the community board for the NNPA fund. So
Nice.
I have the opportunities for scholarships and grants and getting corporations involved to see the mission and why Black storytelling is so important. And again, we need to have these spaces and creative spaces to tell our unique stories that mainstream media doesn't have.
Well, we definitely appreciate you both for stopping through.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Michigan Chronicle for
Absolutely.
putting this forward. And I love what you do, and I look forward to working with y'all in the future. And it's just continue to keep fighting for us.
Absolutely.
It's never been more important than right now, and I can't wait to keep supporting you as well.
Absolutely. So proud of you, fellas. I hope you enjoy your night and have an amazing evening and eat good.
We'll be supporting you all as well.
Welcome.
See you later. Okay?
You too.
Thank you, sir. Thank
So
you.
nice
Good
to meet you. Okay?
See you. Okay, as you can see, it's about time that the event is going to officially start.
We are going to have one more
guest though. Yep.
And then we're going to wrap up the evening so you guys can get to the NAACP 70th Annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner.
Oh, absolutely. Come on over. Well, as we said, it's pretty tight over here. So come on in. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Joe Louis Barrow Jr. My father was Joe Louis, and I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Being the son of such a all-time great, historic fighter like Joe Louis, we're standing in the building where a statue is more of him right outside. What does this mean to you to be in the
I'm so grateful, even though it came late, that I now understand that it is all about paying it forward, right?
Oh, yeah.
About continuing the fight. And although we get weary, we never give up. And I think, being in Detroit, I live in New York, I go back and forth. I have Joe Louis Southern Kitchen here. We're about to open, in less than 4 years, we'll be on location 4 by 2026. Yeah, we just took 1528 Woodward, which is next door to Gillies, and we're opening 12 Mile and Northwestern Highway next month in the old Little Daddies. All of those things are blessings from God. So little is what I've done. It's what the community has done. And when we support each other, when we're there for each other, when we understand none of us win till we all win, it's really easy work.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really easy work.
As you said, from your mouth to our ears, we've always been. Tell me, how do you feel to be here for the 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner? How important is it?
So it is so important to me. Just this last February, the NAACP, the national, just passed unanimously a resolution to forgive my father for his tax debt and to go after the government for, right? And so they are always fighting. And so to be a part of something so historic, knowing not only what it's done for my family, what Detroit has done for my family, but what we continue to do with each other, because long after this dinner is over, right, the work continues. There are hundreds and hundreds of people behind the scenes raising money, knocking on doors, and just reminding us that we matter. Because again, when people tell you for long enough that you are not, you begin to believe that you have no say. But the truth is, the power is in the people, and we are the people. This room is the people.
Oh, I love that.
And we can feel the power. Not as stiff as a right hand from your father, but there's definitely a lot of power in this room tonight. We appreciate you honoring
You both
us.
look lovely.
Thank you. You do as well.
Thank you.
You know, the legacy of this dinner is just evident in folks like you who come and continuously attend, and we appreciate you stopping by.
I just want to say one other thing to you, that, you know, it's easy to get dressed up and go out, right?
Oh yeah.
And to want to feel fabulous. But at the core of this, it's about the work.
Oh, yes.
And I want people to remember that it is about the work. If you're not lucky enough to be here, understand that you are the power in your own community. And I hope from this night we galvanize people to actually understand that we have to pay it forward, and it starts with doing the work ourselves.
Well, thank you for doing the
Thank
work,
you so
and I
much.
hope you
We
have
really
an
appreciate
amazing
it.
evening.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Lovely.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Support us.
Absolutely, always. Well, there you have it. It seems as if we are all wrapped up and we're ready to step into the event.
Absolutely. It's been a wonderful red carpet event here. As we got to just see and hear from so many wonderful people who are making the 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner all that it is. So I appreciate you as always, my lovely co-host, Miss Ebony JJ Curry.
Don't you forget that, JJ. And I must say, it has been an amazing time, as per usual, hosting with my amazing and lovely executive editor, Mr. Jeremy Allen. We hope you guys enjoyed our red carpet coverage, because we certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Well, go ahead and enjoy the NAACP 70th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner right here in Huntington Place.